but we are in, I don't think this is class 29. Brandon, this is the second class, right? Sorry guys, this is class 30.
Switch them either way. I mean, I've got preferences going both ways, and I'm truly on.
This is class 30, guys. Who was first and second in class 29?
Sorted right, but again, I think this is one that can certainly go. Maybe just the foot size, the stoutness of bone, maybe the total length of body is preferred in the first place bull. He's one that, with that added frame, I would like to just see more just width and dimension in correlation to his overall extension in frame. The correlation in relation to his frame is more intact in the bull here in second. Just like to stouten him up somewhat, give him a little more squareness and ruggedness of bone, maybe a little more foot size, but really good and leveled all the way through. Congratulations.
So class 30 spring bull calves. First place goes to 298 Watts Ranch, and second goes to 918 Rodriguez Cattle Company. We're now ready for class 31 late junior bull calves.
Okay, and first in that last class was Mr. Fontenot Razorback, and that's going to be a Mr. 3X the Herd Bull son out of Walters Haley Rojo, and I'm going to guess by the name that is actually a Razorback entry. And we're going to go back and talk about, sorry guys, this is going to go pretty fast, so give me 2 seconds. I am getting backed up a little bit for you guys. There you go. And who was first and second in that first class?
In class 29, first was Watts Ranch entry number 774.
Okay.
And second was Carrier Cattle 341.
Okay. Okay, so in the very first class, which I missed, sorry guys, I was taking photos with the lovely Brandolyn Bishop. Beautiful Brandolyn. And first in that very first class was 774. That was the DADR Mr. Achilles. And in second, we had the Carrier Cattle Company CCC Mr. Rip. And that is going to be a Mr. BER Cash son out of Miss Ella. So we will see them back for champion consideration here shortly. And right now we are in class 31, guys. We're in class 31.
Come and look at the design of the bulls. And again, yes, differences in the class, differences in individuals in the class. You walk in the class of Marches won't be a year old till March as we go through. And to me, the one that, again, we've used the word balance and combination a lot, but the one that really excels in that one we're starting with. And I think he's the one that, when we come back a year from now or 4 years from now in the pasture, one that's going to be collective and balanced in those traits. He takes his muscle, he takes his body, and he takes his frame that he has and correlates that into just to a real good, and that's my type and kind. There's a lot of just width and shape and total performance in the bull in second. Big-ended, big top type individual, and give him credit for that. Just like him to go together better. Next individual's coming, is a tall, upstanding, got a lot of lift in that chest floor. Maybe just like this to give him a little more freedom in those hocks and pastures as he walks away. But a long-sided individual. Congratulations, exhibitors.
Results,
Okay,
class
guys.
31, first place.
Class 31.
Goes to entry 265, Joyce Custom Fitters.
We had
Second,
CT Red Hot
810,
Rhino. That's going to be a
Kendall
CT
Shepherd.
Mr.
And third,
Elmo
went to 340,
son out of
Carrier
CT
Cattle
Madame
Company.
Bordeaux. And in
Now
second,
ready
we
for
had the
class
Mr.
32,
Emmett 87 over
early
0.
junior
That's going to
bull
be a
calves.
Mr. Comanche 175 over 4 son. Sorry, I should have said son earlier. I was doing the females all day. And out of Miss Broken Triangle. So our first place was entry number 265. Again, a son of CT Mr. Elmo Rhino. And in second, we had a son of Mr. Comanche 175 over 4 with Kendall Shepherd on the stick. Okay, let's get back down here. And since we're watching bulls, we would be very smart to talk about Elgin Breeding Service. Elgin Breeding Service, they do a tremendous job in their breeding program. They, bull collection, they have been a family tradition of service, quality service since 1954. I haven't seen Dylan up on our stream today much. He was up on our stream with us on Thursday, but, you know, bull collection services, exporting, shipping, you name it, Elgin Breeding Service. Great people, great quality of service. I can't say enough about what they do for the Brahman breed also. And we will go back into the arena. So this is going to be our last class, guys, before we go into our calf drive, I believe. Yep. So this is going to be class 32. This is going to be class 32. Ooh, someone just banged my camera. And then we'll be coming into the calf division drive. Okay, it looks like we have Moreno Ranches coming into the first spot.
You know, a lot of different bulls that we've got, frame, weight, size, different kind. And again, getting it to kind of combine up and give us a complete package. Package that starts with, some structural correctness and levelness and just overall longevity. But the bull that does that, and really a nice patterned individual that very clean from the ground up, clean hocked, is the individual we're starting the class with. Long side gives some extra extension, but along with that extension has some width and shape. I really like the top and natural muscle in this second place bull. Big top right behind the point of his hump, really opens up and with some total width, real wide over his loin, and he's real full and thick, just eased up there now to get a really good look at him, but I like his type and kind. Young lady's next bull here is one that shows some completeness, has some total width and shape to him. A very clean made bull up in through his front end. Maybe like to take that tail head, pull it out just a little to lengthen him out there in the row. Next bull here comes is one that certainly has some total of extension. He's one of those that I think with that extra extension of body length and frame, just to give him a little more width and shape and dimension. Next bull coming up's got a lot of moderation. Maybe just kind of pull him apart somewhat, give him a little more total future growth as we go in line with that width and shape and muscle that he's carrying.
Results from Class 32, entry number 740 is in first place, Merino Ranches. Second place, entry 764, Christopher Brown. Third, entry 267, Joyce Custom Fitters. Fourth, entry 339, Carrier Cattle Company. And fifth, entry 542, Walters Livestock. Coming back in now are our class champions, reserve, and second places. Out of Class 29, first place was the AA Diamond Ranch, entry 774. DADR Mr. Achilles 5/0. Class 30 was the Watts Ranch, entry 298. Mr. Fontenot Razorback 20. Class 31 was Joyce Custom Fitters, entry 265. CT Red Hot Rhino 17/0. In our last class, Merino Ranches, entry 740. Merino Mr. Blackjack. Our second places coming in were the entry 341 Carrier Cattle Company, CCC Mr. Rip 151/0. Entry 918, the Rodriguez Cattle Company, Mr. Lara 0/173. Entry 810 Kendall Shepherd, Mr. Emmett 87/0. And our last class, entry 764, Christopher Brown, Mr. CB Sam 24. This is our lineup for our Red Calf Bull division.
Another display of these class winners out in this division, and again, it's not a cookie cutter in the class approach that we come out with individuals, and again, that's how we make some genetic strides, is breeding these differences. My logic as we go into here is, is to stand back and look at them as individual in relation to the age, and really again how they balance up. My deciding factor is, if you said, okay, take one bull, we know we can't go to Houston this year, but year after next, and that'd be the one you'd be one on the lead with. To me, that from a futuristic standpoint and just a combination standpoint and a balance standpoint, that's the one I want to pick as we go in this calf champion through Worth of Reserve. Congratulations. Let's give our red calf division a big hand.
And it looks like he has chosen for his calf champion out of the class number 31, the CT Red Hot Rhino. That is going to be a son of CT Mr. Elmo Rhino and out of CT Madame Bordeaux. Coming in for reserve consideration is going to be Kendall Shepard with her Mr. Emmett 87/0. And he's going to go for reserve division. He is going to the Moreno Cat Bull. The Moreno Bull is going to be the Moreno Mr. Blackjack. He's going to be a BB Bronson son out of Moreno Miss
So
Lady
our
Red.
champion Red Bull Cat division went to the Joyce Custom Fitters, entry 265, CT Red Hot Rhino, 17/0. Our reserve went to the Merino Ranches, entry 7.
And we're going to tell you guys, we're going to have a sale on our best cattle sales site. That's going to be the Southern Bells. That's going to be 15 elite red and gray Brahma show heifers and donor prospects. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. And of course, we want to say thank you to Rich Cattle Company for choosing us for their online sale. That's going to be May of 2021 at Best Cattle Sales. And remind you guys about the CNR Farms replacement female sale. And they have some great golden certified F1s that are actually sired by the sire of the reserve green champion the other day. So getting ready to go back into the arena. Judge is telling him what a good looking cowboy he is. And this is not class 32. Sorry guys, I was trying to get that changed for you. This is going to be class 35. We are on class 35 of the Red Bull Show. Class 35 of the Red Bull Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know what? We do have a catalog of the animals. We have already uploaded it. And so I'm going to try to get that into our comments for you guys. See if I can find that. I'm doing two things at once. But yeah, we posted that earlier today. The catalogs, and so we will get that posted again. I don't know if anybody on my team is listening and can get that done. So let me find that for you guys, and I will get that ready for you. Getting ready to put that in the comments. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job of the camera in trying to get you guys a catalog. So here we go.
Real nice set of bulls, and again, bulls with some
there is that link.
Individuals that are, great and correct
That
on their
is
feet
the
and
link
legs. To me, the individual that wins the
for
class is just a
the,
little more collective in his structure. He's one that really a thick-ended, especially the width that he has in the center portion of his quarter. The way his hind leg comes up out of his quarter, really nicely set, and he sets from a side view, some maturity. And again, like that calf champion, I think it really balances up well as far as width, shape, and dimension in relation to the frame. Have a little more extension in our second place bull. He's one that, and again, moves out well. He's one that has some total length body. Maybe just to pull him apart just somewhat, give him a little more length right there in that quarter as we look at him. But anyway, high quality bulls first and second.
Results from class 35. First place went to entry 138, Avonlea Nietzsche. And second went to 541, Walters Livestock. Coming
Okay,
in
guys.
now, we have class 36 with one entry and class 37 with one entry. This would be class 38.
Okay, so 36 has one entry and 37 has one entry, so we're coming in with class 38, and then 36 and 37 will come in for division drive. So this is going to be class 38. We're skipping 36, skipping 37 because of not as many entries. We're going to class 38. So there we go. I hope you guys found that catalog that I threw up there. Oh, I think you did. Woohoo! Okay. Looks like the lovely Lana.
You know,
J&L
again,
Cattle
it
Service.
comes down to just a one man's opinion on one day, and I use the preference that I have, and I guess just the experience, and as we come, and you take, you know, the way I look and evaluate bulls, you know, we've got growth, we've got muscle, we've got structural correctness, we've got body capacity, you know, we've got masculinity. And to me, the one that kind of combines all that to the highest degree and to the really to the best proportion or ratio is the bull that wins the class. I mean, to me, he's got adequate performance, but again, he takes the width and shape and dimension, you know, along with just overall the eye appeal, and balances up real well. You know, if you need some additional growth and extension, you know, a long strided bull here in second and third, maybe with that extra look that he's got, extension, and I'm talking about body length, extension, and height, maybe give him a little more just total body capacity. And again,
Hey, Audra.
next bull probably has a little more of that. He's certainly probably a little thicker ended. Just like to freshen him up somewhat today as far as his movement as he goes through. But really a stout, masculine, like the way his hump sits square up over the top of his shoulders. A lot of masculinity. Congratulations, first, second, and third.
Results of Class 38, Early Summer Yearling Bulls, first place.
Okay, guys,
went to
I
entry
believe we are
21,
coming
J&L
in for
Cattle
the-
Service. Second went to 538, Walters
Having problems
Livestock.
with this.
And third went to entry 415, Shoulder
Okay,
Cattle Company.
this is going to be
We're now bringing
our
in
intermediate.
Intermediate champions for our intermediate Red Bull division. In first place was Abilene Nietzsche, entry 138 with Mr. Castleray Tony, 5/91.
Okay, this is going to be our intermediate championship drive, everybody.
Class 36.
There's two bulls we have
entry
not
655
seen yet.
was Heritage Cattle Company, Mr. H. Maverick Romo, 314/9. Class 37, entry 14, Herzog Cattle, Mr. H.C. Axel 119, over 9. Class 38 was J and L Cattle Service, entry 21.
Okay.
JLCSHB, Mr. Skip Rhino. Our seconds came in, entry 541, Walters Livestock.
Now remember, the
KF,
second ones are the
Mr.
ones
96.
closest to me. Those two in
And
the
then
middle
our
did
other
not have
second
anybody that was
Walters
in their
Livestock,
class.
Entry 538, KF, Mr. 95. This is our lineup for the intermediate Red Bulls.
Okay, walking, that is class 1 winner, class 2 winner, class 3 winner, and we were walking the class 4 winner. And so we're gonna back up a little bit again and give you that 3 camera angle so you guys can see all kinds of things. Hey Brad, glad you're watching with us. This is going to go kind of fast. The Red Bull show is a little bit on the smaller side. Great quality, just not huge numbers. This is our intermediate championship drive in our Red Bull show.
In the Red Bull division, we've come in and really a lot of quality and really balances up well. We had 2 single entries that we came in with, and we put in the lineup we didn't get to see in class. But again, just a lot of just quality and a lot of masculinity and a lot of muscle, and a lot of look, and just really balances up. And to me, the one that balances up the most and And again, when I say balance, I'm saying, you know, you take your muscle and you take your body and you take your structural correctness and, you know, you back off and you say, how does it how's it come together into a ratio? It just kind of just gives us a look at it and how we evaluate. And I think when we do that, we come and we go and we select the bull here in front of me. He's going to be your division champion.
So division champion is going to be Lena for J&L Cattle Service. That's going to be the JLCS HB Mr. Skip Rhino, and that is a Mr. WCC Maximus son out of CT Lady Rose Rhino. So congratulations. Coming in for reserve consideration is going to be the KF Mr. 95. And our reserve champion is going to be the Herzog. The Herzog bull, that's Mr. HC Axel. That's Mr. HC Axel 119/9. That's going to also be a Mr. WCC Maximus Rojo son out of Miss 7IL 131.
Exhibitor 21, JLCSHB Mr. Skip Rhino. Our reserve intermediate Red Bull went to entry 14, Herzog Cattle, Mr. HC Axel 119/9.
Congratulations to Lana and Skip. Big Ridge Brahmins is doing a shout out. And thank you, Carlos, for saying that you think all these breeders have done just a tremendous job. I believe this might be this is going to be our junior championship drive. This is going to be the junior championship drive because they all were single entries. So we're going to have our junior championship drive. And then we'll be moving into the senior division of the Red Bull show. So this is going to be our junior championship drive. They're walking the bulls. And there you go. Okay, and our champion is going to be the Moreno Ranch entry. The Moreno Ranch entry out of class number 43. I'm sorry. Out of class 43. This is going to be Moreno Mr. Reckoning. He's going to be our champion. And for reserve champion, we are going to have the CT Smokin' Max 11/9. CT Smokin' Max is a Mr. WCC Maximus Rojo son, and he is out of CT Miss Judy Smokin' Rhino. And Smokin' Max is owned by Razorback Farms. So our champion was 738, and then our reserve champion was led by Brandy Barnes of Watts Ranch, and she is leading the bull for Razorback, and that is CT Smokin' Max 11/9. Again, another Maximus son.
Our reserve champion from our
Okay,
junior
we are
division
done with the juniors, and now
went to Razorback Farms.
I believe we're in for the senior division.
11/9.
Another real good class, and one that comes to the top that's just, a lot of beef characteristics. He's big topped, he's got a lot of width and shape and dimension in the form of just true muscle to him. Good-footed, masculine type individual. And again, frame in relation to, his width and shape and dimension correlates up very well. Like his type and kind. Like the bull here in seconds, he's a long, wheeling bull, really reaches out with a stride, has a lot of total length to body, maybe not quite the width and shape and total dimension in relation to his frame, but, a high-quality individual. Congratulations.
Okay, that was class 46. We're now going to probably go into the championship drive because we had 2 single entries in class 47 and 48.
Results
So it
in
looks
class
like we're going to be
46.
doing our
First
senior
place goes to
senior championship
entry
drive.
646 Rodriguez Cattle Company, and second goes to 535 Walters Livestock.
So senior champion drive. And again, the class winner of that last class was the Rodriguez Cattle Company Principe Apache, Mr. Principe Apache. He's going to be a Mr. JS True Rouge 385 over 3 son out of LM Miss Mercedes Princess. Back up a little bit so you guys can see all 3 bulls. And then Walters Romeo Rojo was second in that class. Then in this center spot right here with Rodney on the stick, this is going to be Mr. H.C. Zeppelin. He's going to be a Mr. WCC Maximus Rojo son out of Miss CBR Nini 595 over 5. And at the end, we have the Herzog animal. This is going to be the bull, Mr. CBR 667 over 8. He is a Mr. WCC Maximus son also. And out of the Miss CBR Viva 491 over 0. So these are the senior bulls, and we are doing the senior bull drive. And then we're going to go to the gray bulls. I got more pages for gray bulls, so. Sounds like we're going to walk them again, guys. He did not get to see the second and the third bull in this line because they were single entries. Back up just a little.
An interesting drive. Beef bulls that we come back out and again, as we go into the age, we see a rise in frame size and a rise in, I wouldn't want to say to guess the weight of each individual out here, but I know we do have a lot of just total width and shape and dimension and in a very true way. I guess to me, as I look at these 3 mature bulls, and I'm calling them mature bulls, I back off and I'm not here to dictate size. I'm not here to dictate, amount of muscle or anything. What I do like in my preference is just, a total balance, how it all goes together. And to me, as we do that, backing off and taking a look at the side and watching them in their overall movement as we do that, and how they just kind of in their arts, and just give us that total eye appeal, along with having just a lot of just total mass and width and shape and dimension. And I think when you do that, your preference would side with the motor bull here. He'll be our champion.
Okay, so we have our champion. Our champion is going to be the, our champion is going to be the Mr. CBR 667/8. That's going to be the Maximus Sun, Miss CBR Viva Sun. And then for reserve, it looks like we're going to have the Mr. HC Zeppelin, I believe. Yep, that's it. So our champion actually and our reserve champion are the same as they were yesterday, or sorry, Thursday. So our champion is entry number 12, and our reserve champion is entry number 534. And we're now getting ready to go into the...
Our champion senior bulls. Champion senior went to entry number 12 of Herzog Cattle, Mr. CBR 667/8. Our reserve went to entry 534.
And here's our grand
Walters
champion
Livestock,
drive,
Mr.
guys.
HC Zeppelin 100/8. We now back into our champion drive. From our calf champion, we had Joyce Custom Bitters with CT Red Hot Rhino 17/0. Our intermediate champion was J&L Cattle Service with JLCS HP Mr. Skip Rhino. Our junior champion was from the Merino Ranches, Merino Mr. Wrecking. And in our senior bulls, our champion was from the Herzog Cattle, Mr. CBR 667/8. And coming in for our reserves, Merino Ranches, Merino Mr. Blackjack. Our intermediate group was Herzog Cattle, Mr. HC Axel 119/9. Our junior division was Razorback Farms CT Smokin' Max 11/9. And in our seniors, it was Walters Livestock, Mr. HC Zeppelin 100/8.
As we say before, we have compared, we've discussed, and we've described in class and coming out of these divisions as we go through, and again, real happy with the way that they came back, and to me, don't have any outliers in the lineup as far as just true combination individuals with just a balance of traits, really go together with some practicality and functional ability as far as individuals, and I think that represents a beef industry, represents a Brahman industry as we go through, and I think checks a lot of boxes. And again, as we go through these four bulls, again, congratulations to the owners, exhibitors, and certainly the breeders on these. We'll select your champion Red Bull.
And it looks like he's going for the senior bull. So the senior bull, who was actually our grand champion from the Thursday, will be the grand champion of the of the Red Bull Show. It is the HC Zeppelin, I believe. Bobby Perry, how are you? So it was senior. So the senior champion was the grand champion. The reserve senior champion was the reserve grand champion. So the reserve grand champion, I believe, yeah, is a different bull than it was on Thursday, but our champion's the same for Thursday. So this is going to be a Mr. Oh, okay, this is a WCC Maximus. So CC Maximus really did a great job, and we are finished. We are going to close up and come back with the gray bulls shortly.